And while I don't believe that there really is ever a perfect website, there's always something that you can think of to improve, and there always should be. Your website should always be evolving over time. Here's a pretty good one. Now, I can think of ways that maybe the color scheme or the layout of this website could be maybe a little bit more inviting, but the fact that this is for a hospice tells me that it needs to be a fairly simple design. And what are some of the things I like about this website? Well, first of all, it promotes volunteerism. There's a link to volunteerism. There are photos of people and not buildings. They have an online press center, which is really terrific, because before the downturn in the economy, we were already seeing a cutback in newsrooms. And many of our news outlets lack the ability to do the kind of research that they've done in the past. The likelihood that they're going to call you and ask you for a quote, that they're going to call you and ask you for information, is less likely today than it ever was. Make sure that you have information right on your website that they can go and include you in an article if they want to, because you provided the data, the quotes, and the context for the information on your website. Donate Now, very easy to find, right in the middle of the page. The only fault that I can find with this, in terms of a real fault, is that there's no privacy policy posted. I would expect to see that at the bottom of the homepage. There are multiple ways to support this organization. They are not pinning their entire design on simply a Donate Now button. They've got lots of different ways that you can interact with this organization. They're inviting feedback right on their homepage, and look at this, no scroll. So in terms of a site that I would refer to as just a good idea that doesn't have a whole lot wrong with it, certainly in comparison to the other two sites, here's a site right here in Great Britain that I think does a pretty good job as a nonprofit that hits most of the important points to really be able to communicate your message.